Lots to get done today. I'm going to have another sip of coffee. Spiral bound notebooks, the easy way. We've got so much prep to do and I still need to photograph all the products as well. I just feel so good after that. Good morning guys, welcome back to a brand new studio vlog. I hope you're all doing really well. As you've just seen, I've just made myself a little iced coffee, which was very much needed this morning. I feel like I've been a snail this morning, like I've just been so slow at doing everything. It's now 9:30 and I'm only just getting sat down in my office and starting to get to work, so I've had a very slow morning. I walked Otis in the rain, so I got drenched, and yeah, I just really need this coffee to kind of wake me up a little bit. These, by the way, are launching on the 30th of May in the next shop update, so that's when you'll be able to get your hands on these, but I love them. They're so good for iced coffees and they're like the perfect size. So good. So yeah, we've got a really busy day today. I'm going to film this as like a day in the life studio vlog. We've got so much to try and get done because, as I just mentioned, the next shop update is the 30th of May and it's currently Wednesday the 22nd of May, so we'll be launching the new products a week tomorrow. It was originally going to be the 28th of May, but me and Lewis have decided to go on a little trip away with my parents for a few nights and we come back on the 28th, so I don't want to launch the new products and do the shop update while we're coming back off our little trip, so I've decided to do it on the 30th of May, and that is also my birthday as well, so I thought that would be kind of cute. I remember last year I did a birthday launch and it was just a really nice way to celebrate my birthday really, so yeah, I'm going to do that again this year. So the new products will be launching then. We've got so much prep to do and I still need to photograph all the products as well, so I'm hoping to do that today. It is a bit overcast outside, it's not the best photography weather, but I think it should still be okay if I use like my ring light and photograph under the window. We'll see how we get on. And as well as photographing everything, I still need to make up some products. So at the craft market I did earlier on this month, if you've not seen that vlog I will leave it linked below, but I actually soft launched some of the products that are coming in the next shop update, including these coffee cans. There's 3 different designs. This is obviously one of them, the iced coffee design, but one of the designs, which is the fueled by iced coffee and books design, actually sold out at the market, so I need to make a couple more of those to get ready for launch day. I also need to make some spiral bound notebooks, so I thought in this vlog I will show you the process of doing that. So yeah, we're going to have a making day and a photography day today, and as well as all that I also have some one-to-one calls with my patrons today. So I announced this last week on Instagram and Patreon obviously that I'm going to open up some 20-minute slots on a Wednesday every week for my patrons to sign up to a one-to-one call with me on Zoom, and I've called it a business brain dump and chat, and we're just going to talk to each other, spill the beans about any worries or plans we've got for our business, and we can just kind of bounce off of each other and I can try and help and give advice where I can, and I just think it'll be really lovely and it's a nice way to connect with my patrons as well. So I actually have 4 patron calls today. 4 people have booked in, which is amazing. So the first call I think is around 1:30ish, can't remember exactly, I need to check that, but I have 1 this afternoon and then I have 3 this evening between 7 and 8 p.m. So that's really exciting and I will film bits of that for you as well. Lots to get done today. I'm going to have another sip of coffee to prepare myself for this busy Wednesday. So yeah, let's get straight to work, and I think I'm going to start by, actually I've got some Shopify orders to pack as well, which I didn't mention on my little to-do list. So I've got 2 Shopify orders to pack, so I'm going to start by packing them I think, and then we can crack on with the rest of the stuff.
A little different than all the rest. I'm quite old-fashioned where I had sometimes played chess. And when I'm out, I'm looking for that vintage fling. But all complexions that I adore So hard to find, they seem impossible to store. So I came on to someday find that vintage love. I kept on looking, but everyone's such a bore. And out of a sudden, you came through the door. At the next table, your whiskey niece. The lights were dimmed as our eyes met and you saw me. And forevermore, I like to share that vintage dream.
So orders are packed, glass tumblers are made. The Shopify orders took me a bit longer than I thought to pack, although I only had 2, but I had to make some magnetic bookmarks up because I'd run out of one of the designs that they ordered. So they're all packed and I've restocked on some magnetic bookmarks too. And I also made 2 of the Fueled by Iced Coffee and Books cold cans, so they're all ready as well to photograph, although the weather is really not great today. Looking out the window, it's so grey and overcast, so I'm going to attempt to take photos later, but if it's not going to plan, I'm not going to force myself to do it, and I'd rather just wait for a sunny day, so we'll see how that goes later on. At 1 o'clock I have my first Patreon one-to-one call, so that's in about an hour's time. So before then, I want to show you guys how I am now making some spiral bound notebooks. So I tried these out for the market that I did earlier this month and they worked out really well, so I am going to launch them on the shop with the next shop update. But basically, I found like an easy way to make spiral bound notebooks rather than having to, you know, manually print all the pages myself and print the covers and hole punch them and stuff, because the sublimation website that I use for quite a lot of my sublimation blanks sell cardboard notebooks ready to be sublimated onto. So I bought these from Longfort. I will leave them linked down below. I've got an A5 size and an A6 size, and I'm going to show you guys how I use my auto heat press, which is just here, and these sublimation blanks to make my own spiral bound notebooks. So what I've done is I'm just going to show you how I make one of the designs. I'm going to use the A5 size one to show you guys, and then I'll make some more off camera. But what I've done is I've printed the design and I've flipped it on here. So yeah, that's what I've printed. That's the first design. I'm so sorry about the noise of my printers in the background. They're being really noisy. Make sure you flip the design so that when it is pressed onto it, it will look how it's supposed to. So I've printed the front cover on one sheet of A4 paper because I like to do it slightly bigger than A5 so that there's some bleed around the edge. And then I've printed the back of the notebook on my second sheet of paper. So I've just literally put my logo and my website, but obviously you can put whatever you want on the back of yours. They're the printouts. I'm now going to head over to the heat press and I'm going to show you exactly how I make these notebooks. Okay, so I've set the heat press to 180 degrees for 120 seconds. That's degrees Celsius, because these are the settings that are recommended by the manufacturer. So what I like to do is I always put a bit of parchment paper down on the bottom just to prevent any of the sublimation ink going onto this mat here. And then what you want to do is you want to take the front cover of your spiral bound notebook and your front cover that you've printed out. you've got all these lined pages inside, which is really good. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to line it up so that it's exactly how I want it. So I'm just lining it up on the sheet like this and laying it down to make sure it's nice and square. And then I'm going to put some sublimation tape just on the top and the bottom, just so that it doesn't slide around anywhere. And now that it's all taped in place, I'm going to turn it over so that the sublimation paper is at the top, and then I'm going to put another bit of parchment paper on the top, and then the Teflon sheet that comes with the heat press. And then I'm going to put it under and let it go for the whole time. Okay, it's now done, so I'm just going to lift everything off and see how it's looking. And that is what the front cover looks like. So you can see it's kind of like a glossy material. It's so cute. I love it so much. This is the front cover. Then I do exactly the same for the back. Make sure you sublimate onto the glossy side and not the matte side. So I'm just going to do exactly the same for the back, and then I'll show you how I put it all together. So you obviously want the front cover at the front and the back at the back. And then you kind of want to line up all the pages and the covers so that you can see through the holes. You want to take the smaller side of the spiral and pop that through all the holes on the side of the notebook, twist it round so that they're perfectly at the side like this, and then you just go through and pinch them together as far as you can, really, without kind of twisting and denting them too much, if you like. So I'm just going through and going over them a few times, and I like to tuck these little end bits in as well, just to make sure it's really secure. Twist it round, and then here is the finished notebook. So I really hope you guys enjoyed seeing that process of making these spiral bound notebooks the easy way. I say easy way, I just mean like you don't have to print everything off yourself. The paper inside, it's all done for you and lined, and you've just got to sublimate onto the cover and the back. So it is an easier way, but it still does take a little bit of time. But you can do more than one at once as well. You can have a few in the press, especially the A6 ones. You could even fit 4 in the press at once if you wanted to. But yeah, I'm just really pleased with these. I think they're so sweet, and I'm so excited to bring them to the shop. They did well at the market I took them to earlier on in the month. So yeah, I'm really happy with them, and I hope you guys enjoyed seeing the process, and you can try out your own spiral notebooks if you want to. So it is now 10 to 1, and as I mentioned earlier in the vlog, I have my first Patreon one-to-one Zoom call at 1 o'clock with the lovely Faye from Tubi Life. So I'm going to be hopping on that call in a second. But firstly, I just want to say a huge thank you to simplymeet.me for sponsoring today's studio vlog. Simplymeet.me is the website platform that I have been using for my patrons to book in these one-to-one calls with me, and it's just made it so easy. So I've been wanting to do these one-to-one calls with my patrons for a while, but I just couldn't bring myself to sit down and do the logistics of it and work out timings and how they would book in. But simplymeet.me is an online meeting scheduling site. So I have my own Simply Meet page, and I've put the link up to that on Patreon. So if you become a patron, you then have access to the link, and it will take you to my site where you can then book in one of these one-to-one slots with me. And when you book in, you put in your email address and your details, and as soon as you click that submit button, I receive an email to say that you've booked in and the timings and things, and you also then get sent a confirmation email with the link to the Zoom call on there, and it just makes the process so much easier. I was thinking if I set up these one-to-one Patreon calls, I would have to like message the patrons directly to liaise on a time that suits both of us, but because I've been able to set all of this up on simplymeet.me, it's just been so simple to do. You can really easily customize meeting types on there, so you can just hit that edit button and you can select the days and the hours you want to be available for people to book in. So I've just set it as between 1 to 2 on a Wednesday and 7 till 8 p.m. on a Wednesday. So I've got 2 different time slots, and I've set the sessions to be 20 minutes each. You can also customize things like how far in advance people can book in these sessions and how much time warning you want before people can book in. So I've set it to 1 day, just so that I can prepare and know that I've got a meeting with somebody. But it's completely customizable. It's completely free as well. I'm just using the free version here, but they do have a couple of other options as well if you wanted more features. So thank you so much again to simplymeet.me for sponsoring this section of the studio vlog. It's now very close to 1 o'clock, so I'm going to get ready and jump on this call with Faye, and yeah, I'll let you know how it goes afterwards. Hello.
Hi.
Hi, can you hear me okay? today?
Yeah, I can. How are you?
Good, I'm good, thank you. How are you?
When I saw it come up on your Patreon, I was like, oh, that is so kind, because sometimes all you need is to bounce ideas off someone.
Yeah, that's it. My first one-to-one Patreon call is done and it was so lovely. I just feel so good after that. It's so lovely to talk to other like-minded small business owners and just bounce ideas off of each other. The 20 minutes seemed to go really quick as well, but I feel like it was just the right amount of time that we needed, and my patrons can book in as regularly as they like. So even if she wanted to book in again next week, she could for another one. So it's really flexible. It went really well. Thanks so much, Faye, for being my first ever one-to-one Patreon call. I really enjoyed it and I hope you found it useful too. For the rest of this afternoon, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to attempt to take some photos, even though it is literally pouring down with rain. I'm going to get my photography setup out ready on the table and I'm just going to take a couple of photos, and if they look okay then I'm going to go ahead and photograph everything. But if I'm not happy with them, then we're going to scrap it and I'll get on with something else today, because I don't want to waste my time taking all these photos and then decide that I'm not happy with them. So yeah, let's get the photography setup ready to go and we'll see what the photos are looking like. Guys, I'm just in the middle of photographing everything. Look how cute this little guy is. This is definitely one of my favourite things coming in the shop update. The little professional bookworm magnetic bookmark. There's a matching sticker of this too. So cute. Also, I know you guys love my little notepads, so we've actually got move those little flowers out of the way, 3 new ones coming. This is a restock of the Happy Houseplants to-do list. It used to be A6 size like this, but I've put it on a DL size, so it's really nice and big, so that's coming. We've also got a Dream the Dragon A6 notepad, so cute, and a little Alana the Llama notepad. Thank you to Hannah who named the llama character Alana. So cute. So these 3 are coming in the shop update as well. Photographs have now all been taken. I've photographed everything. The lighting wasn't the best, but it was workable, and I've made a start on editing the photos, but it always takes me so long to edit them. It's now 4:30, but I have also walked Otis since I last came on camera, and I also went to the co-op because I needed to get something for tea. So yeah, it's been a very hectic day. I'm quite worn out now. I feel like I've been non-stop all day. I've got 3 Patreon one-to-one calls this evening between 7 and 8 p.m. So I think I'm gonna take this time now before 7 to just chill. I need to make tea and stuff. So yeah, I'm just gonna relax for a little bit now before then. I really hope you guys have enjoyed this vlog. Don't forget that the next shop update is coming really soon, a week tomorrow. So it's the 30th of May at 6 p.m. But patrons will be getting early access to everything and it will be quite limited stock. I'm gonna leave the vlog here. Love you and leave you. Thank you so much for joining me, and thank you so much again to simplymeet.me for sponsoring this week's studio vlog. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a like so that I know you enjoyed it, and it helps to push these videos out to other people who like this kind of content too. I upload studio vlogs like this most weeks to this channel, as well as some other videos like tips and tricks and all things small business related. So make sure you subscribe if you don't want to miss any future ones, and hopefully I will see you very soon in the next video. Bye guys!